Time check is exactly 9 o'clock. I don't know what your time is saying. Maybe yours is saying a minute before 9, but mine is saying 9 on the DOT. And so we're back to do what we know how to do best. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. Some places kind of cold. In here it's very chilly, like we're in Iceland. And of course, just gone by the program, the NDDCNU, a magazine program from the stable of the Niger Delta Development Commission. And we're here to do justice to topical issues already seated in the building. And my guest, as usual, before the short hibernation or long hibernation, or should I say the just taking a break to cool off or do some other things. My guest is here this morning. Joining me is the State Director, Center for Human Rights and Accountability Network, or what we call Franklin E. Song, as we look at the state of the state and continue with our good governance advocacy. Otwiko, good morning to you. Great to have you on board the flight.
Good morning, the captain of the flight. Good morning, my listeners. It is my pleasure to be here once again.
You know, I had asked, where have you been hibernated? I mean, you just like a polar bear or like an eagle. You went on hibernation, and then you're coming back looking all dapper with the suit, like somebody who wants to go collect $1 million.
Well, you just captured what I would have responded. You know, when the eagles grow older, it hibernates to the rock, goes far into the rock, and then struck the feathers on the rocks, and then the old feathers will wear off, pull off, and then the eagle will be there. The fresh and new feathers will come out again, and then the eagle will return back to active participation in activities on the earth. But however, I have been busy in and out of Akwa Ibom State, engaging in several advocacies, not just within Akwa Ibom, but outside Akwa Ibom State. You see, it gets to a time when you decide to take action beyond the scope, beyond the limit of where you find yourself. So it has happened that by virtue of my involvement in coalition of civil society groups in Nigeria, that has been taking me out in and out of Akwa Ibom State to Abuja, Lagos, Calabar, and the rest of it. But all the same, we've been doing what we know how to do best, which is to hold government accountable and ensure that we have governance in Nigeria and in Akwa Ibom State. And I'm back on full swing.
Okay, good to know that you're back. And let's begin our conversation today by looking at the state of the state. You have taken it upon yourself over the years that I've known you to do tours, to make movements to certain areas, to speak about issues that you find not really palatable. So for this few period that you've been in hibernation and you're out, what can you say about the state of the state in terms of the environment, any improvement, any complaint? Let's begin from that.
The first thing would be for me to thank the governor of Akwa Ibom State, His Excellency Pastor Omoino. You recall I had been here to complain about the state of approaches. The approaches are those link road that links the ring road. Those, what you call it, entrance of the street that links to the ring road. And I was here to complain about it. And on the June 13th, we had our Democracy Day, which was widely celebrated because as a CS would have fought for democracy, we celebrate that on a yearly basis. Ours was held on the June 13th because we did not want the politicians to hijack the celebration of an event that we fought for. And whereas when we fought for the democracy, some of them were holding handbags for the military, and today they are fortunate. They are fortunate and opportune to be in government, holding one office or the other, and so they cannot be the ones to be celebrating Democracy Day on that June 12th when we are the actual ones that fought for. Because so we had that event held, and then on June 11th, I remember that the governor ordered that the link road to Akwa Ibom be constructed. That road had been very bad, and the company Amitech came in and dualized that approach that links to Akwa Ibom, probably leads to where you have the office of the Center for Human Rights. So we in the Center for Human Rights are grateful to the governor for, instructing Amitech Construction Company to construct the approach that was abandoned by HENSEC. HENSEC dualized or HENSEC constructed the ring road too, talking about something Udoidium. And the whole approaches that lead to the link road were abandoned, destroyed and abandoned by HENSEC. But here the governor asked that Amitech should come and, handle that link road. That was done on June 11, 12, as against our event on the 13th. So we give, we are here to express our gratitude to the governor for that gesture. Now, having said this, yes, there are complaints. I have received a lot of complaints. We in our office, we've received several complaints and several, requests that we should begin to embark on tour of what is happening at local government areas, what is happening in the state. To start with, let us say that government, in our own opinion, has been stunted.
Governance?
Governance.
Why would you
governance
say
in the opinion,
stunted?
Governance in the opinion of Center for Human Rights in Akwa Ibom State and in Nigeria, in Akwa Ibom State governance has been stunted. S-T-U-N-T-E-D.
Why stunted?
Now, you recall before the defection event of the governor, there were a lot of activities going on in the state. There were a lot of tour of the federal constituencies, and the governor had toured about 10 of the 10 constituencies that we had. There were a lot of empowerment. There were a lot of activities going on. And the state we had several projects that were commissioned prior to that, even the tour. In most cases, as the governor will embark on this tour, he will commission projects. But we had thought that after the tour of the 10 federal constituency, that there would be a report would have been issued. What are the findings of the government? And action plan would have been marshaled out. That this is going to be the action plan that would have been followed up with action. That has not been done. The tour had been concluded, and what we are now seeing is politics, politics, and politics. So it therefore implies that the government of Pastor Omoino had used 2 years, had spent barely 2 years in office in actually delivering governance. And after 2 years, I'm talking about after June 12 till today, we are talking about 1st of July. I and my group have not heard of any other project commissioned. That has raised the issue and the question.
Well, there, because I think 2 days.
The chairman of the local government. No, leave that one. Leave. We'll get there. The state government has not commissioned any project after June 12th. I am saying this on record. I stand corrected. Now, I am saying this because I think that we need to call a spade because we need governance in the state. Like you said, I have been hibernated. I've given space so that the government will have enough time to do much project. In fact, there are even arguments in some quarters, and those who are even in the system have said that why the president of Nigeria did not come to the state was because there was nothing to commission. That is the argument that they have said.
That's just rumor.
I said that there is argument from their own from quarters.
Some persons.
Good.
We can't take that as any substance.
That's it. Now, having said this, we expect that there should be a lot of commissioning of projects after the defection and all of those. But speaking today, the 2nd of July, there has not been any project that has been commissioned in Akwa Ibom State. Now, that is one of the issues I have just raised to the attention of the governor. Second issue is the issue of local government. You wanted to preempt me and bring in the issue of local government.
Yeah, but you took the word of
good.
Mouth.
I am one person, and my team, we believe in holding government accountable and ensuring that we have good governance in Akwa Ibom State. Yes, the chairman of Uyo local government area, who is also the Algon chairman, is doing very well. Before even he became the Algon, he went for a second term and became the Algon chairman, he was actually doing well. You know, he is one of us. He was in the CSO, he was in the media, and then he became the local government chairman, and he's been doing well. I'm not saying this because he is one of us. No, I'm saying this because we call a spade a spade. When he had the first term in office, virtually every day he is in the news. He was in the news because of his good project. He had done so many things, you know, give a transmission line, built health center, brought transformer, you know, beautified the council secretariat, do the landscaping, and several other projects. Even if you go to the park, he did so much landscaping in the park and did so much. So I cannot stay here and reel out his achievement. That is the chairman and the Algon chairman of Uyo, of Akwa Ibom State.
These things you're saying about him, are they verifiable things?
That is what I'm saying.
Things that when people actually go out,
when you open the line, I am not here to do I'm not here to do a human's job. I'm just telling you.
I was just going to ask you.
Good.
You know,
who is bankrolling me?
Yeah, I've never known you
to be a praise singer.
Yeah.
Good. Now listen.
I've never known you to come
what
here
you will know.
And then begin to do. So when you do this,
it becomes extraordinary.
Now
that is why I expect you.
I started oil has touched their fingers.
I started off by commending the governor for asking that Army Tech company should dualize the Akwa Ibom access to the ring road. What we do as CSO, we are not into a political party. We are not politicians. We are non-partisan. Our constituency is the governance, is the state. If the government performed, we will be here to do hallelujah and do thanksgiving. I have done that severally. Where the government has not performed, I will be here to say the government hasn't performed, and I will give reasons and areas I think the government should improve. The sole aim is to put the government on its toe. And when I commend the chairman of Uyo local government area, I have just told you here, for the past, call it almost a year, I have not spoken to him. I've not even reached out to him, but we follow what he is doing. Because one, Uyo is a metropolis. Everybody resides here. You can see, you can touch, you can feel. You can just pick a bike, 100 and you go to the council office, you see what I have just mentioned. Now he is just one out of 31 local government chairmen. I wish you allow me to evolve my thought. I was trying to say that he is just one person in the pool of ocean. Now it is now time for us to begin to see other local government council chairmen receiving allocations at all. Because we have not heard much, apart from the Gideon Uwa that we heard, apart from the chairman of Uyo that we have heard, and I have not heard much, practically much. Yes, we've heard about the chairman of Ibiono that built the TRC for the royal fathers,
yeah.
and then where are the other ones? So I have come today to reel out allocations that were received by the local government chairman in Akwa Ibom State. December 2024 allocation that was shared in January. Now, Abak local government got 338 million. Eastern Obolo got 314 million. Eket got 408 million.
These figures that you're calling are
from the FAC, Federation Account Allocation.
For what duration?
I said December allocation that was shared in January 2025.
Okay, so for January
2025
okay, so
allocation.
Okay.
Now, Equator, which is Instead, got 322 million. Esirudim got 423 million. Etimekbo got 359 million. Etinan 409 million. Ibno 331 million. Ibesikbo 382 million. Ibionibum 421 million. Ika 326 million. Ikono 370 8 million. Equal about 378 million. Equal 333 million. Ini 353 million. E2 370 million. Mbo 349 million. Barenin 418 million. Insid Ibom 356 million. Insid Ubiom 373 million. Oborokara 389 million. Okobo 345 million. Ona 361 million. Oron 347 million. Orowanam 414 million. Urumoko 313 million. We can have phone. We can have phone.
Emphasis, just in case anybody tuned in and they're wondering these figures that you're rolling out for, you want to re-emphasize what these figures are for?
These figures are the funds that have been, given to the local government councils, allocation from the federal account. I have said so when I was trying to read at the figure. Urumoko 313 million. We can have phone. 377 million. Ibono, which is Ukwo, we call Ukwo, but is Ibono, 318 million. Urwan, 383 million. Urefongoroko, 331 million. And Uyo, 517 million. That was for January allocation that was December allocation that was shared in January. Now, for January allocation that was now shared in February, we have Abak 463 million, Eastern Obolo 375 million, Eket 487 million, Nsretai, which is Ekbetai 384 million, Eseodim 505 million, Etimekbo 429 million, Etinan 489 million, Ibno 395 million, Ibesikbo 457 million, Ibionibum 503 million, Ika 389 million, Ikono 452 million. Ikorabasi 552 million. Ikoregbene 464 million. Ini 423 million. Itu 442 million. Mbo 417 million. Baleni 500 million. Insiri Ibom 426 million. Insid Ubiom 446 million. Obodokara 465 million. Okobo 412 million. Ona 431 million. Oron 415 million. Orowanam 494 million. Oromoko 374 million. Ukanafon 451 million. Ukwo, which is Ibono, you have 379 million. Urwan 459 million. Orefongoroko 396 million. And Uyo 617 million. This justifies why the chairman of Uyo and is doing well. But where are others? That is why it is good to also match figures so that we can now know where we are coming from and where we are heading to. You can't be getting allocations and it's not justifiable. We want to begin to see what the funds of the state are given to local government councils are being used for. Governance is local. My aged mom in a village will not come to Uyo to have healthcare facility, to have better life when we have a local government chairman in Mbarenin. That being said, on the issue of potholes in Akwa Ibom State, and we've had so many potholes that have ridden the state. I came here 3 months ago to reel out over 60 potholes, streets dotted with potholes and dishes. Since I left for the past 3 months, the question will be, has there been any progress on these roads? I have returned back to say that those 60 roads, only one had been touched. I come back to reel out the roads for the sake of records.
Please, go ahead.
Good. We have Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom, of course, you know Akwa Ibom, the popular Akwa Ibom. Let me even add now, Akwa Ibom has become so worse that if you are driving in from Akwa Ibom, you want to enter Udomana to get to Akwa Ibom, there is now a big dish that has now divided the road where you used to have a traffic light stands somewhere there. There is now a big dish. So Akwa Ibom is one of them. Obimo, NS Bassi, Okana 4th Street, Ekbo Obot, Gift Street, Ekpenyong Street, very bad. It needs drain from the Udok Street to Mwangeba, Utang Street, Udo Street from Barracks Road to Ekpenyong Street, internal roads in Ewet housing, including D-Line along Amity Hotel, Lagos Street, where you have the Speaker's Lodge, Ekbenkeruwem, close, F-Line from Mwangeba to Monef, which has now been done. That has now been done by Hensec. I can confirm that. Then you have the Baptist Church Road, just by the 4 lanes. You enter without from there. There's a Baptist Church somewhere there. That road is completely impassable. You have the L line around the Engineer Frank Okon residence. That spot is very bad. The K line, the street just by the left of the Castle Hotel is very bad. C line by Ubium Street, where you have the Akrima that ought to be fixing potholes, is very bad. The center street is very bad between Aka Road and Abak Road. It also needs drain from on both sides. Icham Street, Jubilee School Road, Port Harcourt Street, Calabar Street, Ikono Street, Ikorabasi Street, Ibiono Street, and then Silvanus Okon. I said this before. The contract was awarded in 2017. Funds were released. The project was to be a dual carriage, but it has now been narrowed and it has been abandoned. That has now been abandoned, narrowed and abandoned. People have now built houses to block the road that ought to link from the 4 lane. The road cuts from 4 lanes and takes us straight to the Ring Road 3, but has now been blocked and has been narrowed as against what was the original plan. It was approved and awarded in 2017. Funds were released. Kelvin Lane, Umoren Lane, Inam Etukokban Street, Akatan Road, Akban Esien Street, Ikorokban via the Commissioner of Police Lodge. That part is completely bad by Aka Community School. Very bad, access. The entrance to Akwa Ibom, which has now been fixed. It was captured, has now been fixed. The entrance to Mbak Road at Ifa, Big Junction, getting to Ifa, there where you now have the Udo Emmanuel Boulevard. There is that Ifa Big Junction, that area, that Mbak Road that takes you straight to Mwangeba. The entrance of it has been cut off, just like what happened to this other to Akwa Ibom has completely been bad. That road was okay until the government gave the contract that road be dualized, and the person who did the job abandoned it.
What year was that?
2022.
Okay.
2023, when we had the Udom's government, NSEC handled the job.
Okay.
All the job that was done, all the approaches, all the entrance abandoned. That affected this particular one.
Okay.
Umo Street off Obimo is bad. Then, of course, if you enter Eke local government area, Grace B Road is bad, Afaraiket is bad, Afarakwa is bad, Enome Ekpene is bad, Akanimo is bad, Akanimo Street is bad, SDP Road is bad, Edemomo is bad, Edemomo Street by the Church of All Nations, where the Governor's Church is located. That road is bad. The RCC Road is bad, Afarukwa Ubogedom is bad, Apostolic Road is bad, Market Road is bad, Ikod Udoma Road is bad. If you cross over to Mbarenin, you have Ikod Edege Road by Ikod Usop is bad, Awa Asom, Ikod Edom, Ukam Road. This was commissioned by the Udom government. They brought in the vice president that came. Osibanjo came and commissioned that road. Soon after he left, I went there and I counted over 60 potholes today the road is not motorable again. As some, Ikore Biere road is bad. Ikore Paden, Ekam. Ikoroba road is bad. Ekam. Ikorokwa, Ndoroborum is bad. There should also be a roundabout at the Ikoropaden junction where you have the axle. We have several accidents that have been recorded in that east-west road where you have that roundabout that leads you to axle. That part needs a roundabout. It's just open. So vehicles and students used to, students will just go there and cars will just come from either Eket axis or for this axis and then knock down students. Several we have several of such cases. So it needs to be fixed. Then you cross over to Ikorabasi. Ete Ascon village, Ikorabasi road is bad. Regina Chelly East-West road is bad. Ikore Ekberukam, Ekparakwa, Ukanafon is bad. Then you enter Abak, Market Road is bad. Mbokoro Street, bad. Ikorokoro, bad. Then Etimekbo, you have the Etimekbo Ika roundabout, which I said before, that need to completely be, redesigned, because a vehicle that is coming from Uyo that want to enter Ika will have to do a detour, a roundabout, before it now gets back to Ika. So with all of this, we are having these complaints from those who are applying these roads on a daily basis. I
was going to ask you, first off, I must thank you for the job that you've done in rolling out all those roads, very essential, so that we can call the people who are supposed to rise up to
the occasion,
their responsibility and do what they're supposed to do. However, these roads you've railed out, are they from the last visit, or that you visited them recently and you can confirm to us that these roads that you called as at the last visit, which I would ask you when, are in this shape?
That is why I said, if you listen to my
I did listen. I just want to be
I said
sure
clearly,
that it was recently.
I said clearly that 3 days ago,
3 days ago,
Hensec had constructed one. I just told you.
You told me that one.
That I told you.
Okay, so this
that
other
it has been that I have been run. That is why I keep emphasizing that nothing has been done. I have told you that there is not a recent development at Akwa Ibom by Obimo. If I didn't go there 2 days ago, I wouldn't know what I'm saying. At the time I didn't add this 3 months ago, that dish at Akwa Ibom by Obimo was not there. I told you this clearly. Maybe you didn't hear me clearly. And I said again, if you are driving in from Oron Road, you are entering Obimo from Oron Road, that maybe you get to the size and tech, you must reduce your speedometer. You won't be able to apply up to 5 kilometers per hour because the road has become completely weared out. So if I didn't go there recently, I wouldn't have this detail. And again, you recall that I came here to say that they blocked the water drain at Oron Road by Urban Street. I recall I came here to say that was blocked, and I said, and I raised the alarm that the place will wear off again. Now, as I speak to you now, go there and see it has wear off.
Yes, potholes. I passed that place on Sunday morning.
It has wear. That spot that was blocked.
I think about
two.
Between 2
now
and 3
now the latest is that they have now used stone base. They put sand and blocks and break it and put on that spot that was bad. So if I don't go there recently, I won't have this detail. So we are on the street. Our concern here is governance. We call out the authorities to do what they ought to do. Now, on the issue of refuse, go around the state and see. It is almost dotting everywhere. And when you don't distill gutter, you have flood. Yesterday it was raining. I drove through in the rain. My car was like what I need to go through to see. You can drive around the state capital. You will see that small rain, you have flood. Little rain. Even up to an article that was done, you now have flood. So what could be responsible to this? So you can now see that is either someone is not distilling gutters, or the government needs to do something to do more to help the citizens of the state.
Or people are blocking the gutters, perhaps.
And well, the government should know. We are calling enforcement. There should be need. Now, let me also commend the governor and the government and the chairman of the Uyolo Government Council again for clearing the park. That is the park that we used to have at Plaza. Plaza is now a free zone. You know, I recall I came here to say that the area was becoming too jam-packed. Several trading even on the way, even on the road.
But there needs to be continued enforcement.
Effort. Yeah, no, there are now stations.
I passed there yesterday evening, and I can tell you that those keke and
return
those
at night
drivers, they come and sometimes even try to choke up the entire road.
That is,
you'll be passing through a very narrow corner.
Good. Now,
and that enforcement has to be strong in that area.
So I am just to commend the government that when we raise this issue here, the actions are taken. That is why I say that the governor, means well. Perhaps his team are not helping matters. There are task force, there are committees that need to do what they need to do. Perhaps they are not doing what they ought to do. So I'm happy that the parks we used to have around Plaza have been, cleared. They should take the same step to IBB Junction. Same step should be taken to Ekoiman flyover, where you have the complete service lane is blocked. You can't even drive. Then if you are going to Unio from Plaza, the entire service lane that enters Ekpa Road is blocked. So there is need for continuous, like you said, continuous action. Enforcement team should continuously ensure that they enforce, to ensure that we keep the state decent and clean.
I really must also take this opportunity. I think on one of those occasions, I gave kudos. I don't know if you've noticed the police women around that same place you mentioned, that Plaza area, if you're going towards the Unio, very polite, very, very professional.
No,
you noticed them? No, you noticed them before you get to that Dakada roundabout.
I have, but you see,
they've been positioned there in the evenings.
There is no policeman.
Very professional.
Just listen.
Very, very.
There's no policeman in Akwa Ibom that will not be disciplined. Do you know why? The man at the ends of affair, the CP, Baba, he does not take any shit. He believes language. He doesn't take any unethical behavior. That's just the language I wanted to use. When any police personnel misbehaves and it gets to his attention, action is taken promptly. So CP Baba is always on the street. He calls, he finds out what is happening there. We speak to him. He picks calls. This is what CP that picks calls, respond to messages. So no police person that will misbehave and will go scot-free. So I give it to the CP and I commend those ladies, and we want to see more of it. Now you raised the issue here. I listened to your program 2 days ago when you said that you were asking questions about the Ibom Community Watch, and you were asking, the listener, because I was then I was your listener. I wasn't your guest. You asked me what is the Ibom Community Watch doing, and now I'm now here to ask the Commissioner for Security, Internal Security and Waterways, my friend General Akoko Ibom, and my friend who is also the commander of the Ibom Community Watch, Kenneth Okon. What is your team doing? Where are they?
I don't see them.
Where are they?
I don't see them.
So we need to begin to act. And in conception, the bill that brought the law that established the outfit was to make it to be seen in all local government areas. It shouldn't just be in Uyo.
And they're supposed to complement
the effort of security agencies, not just police security agencies. But where are they?
I don't see them.
You also raised the issue of men on bike who came in from elsewhere and influx and coming, and someone even said at night. So the issue is that we need to also beef up security. The state has earned the title of the most safe state and most secured state. So we won't allow any miscreant, anyone to come here to destroy, to breach the peace that we are enjoying. The security agencies are doing their best to ensure that they keep tabs on security issues. Some I think weeks ago, the DSS from our intel was able to bust a team that was coming around to allegedly kidnap personnel who came to witness the governor's defection. We in CHRAN issued a statement commending the DSS for doing that. Intelligence that they gathered was able to lead them to Oron, lead them to where these men came and camped, waiting for top people of the state to be kidnapped. And that ring was busted. So we want to see more. We're commending the DSS and other security agencies to ensure that they continue to up their ante.
All right, thank you very much, Otwekong. And we'll also like for the DSS, very friendly community, discreet with what they do, to act on that intel.
Of those men with bikes.
Those people, the influx of persons with bikes, and it's been reported that they move at night.
Who are they? Where are they from?
Many people called in to say they've seen them, they've sighted them. Sometimes they move very early in the morning. Where is their destination? Where are they going to?
Where are they coming from? Where do they come
from? This is intel. We never lack intel. This is intel that we can act on, so that, as I've said, we don't begin to hear reports of, God forbid, some unexpected things. Now, let's bring you into the conversation. Bear in mind that what we do on Wednesdays is all about good governance, advocacy. And then we call people to action. We call them to, do what they're supposed to do, to sit up, especially for the ones we expect more from, so they can, wake up if they've been sleeping. 0906 0004945, the alternative 0906 0005945. Messages, you can push them to 0906 0009455. Don't forget, it's 1 minute per call. Please respect time. Hello, caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Pastor.
Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, I'm calling from the road in you.
Yes, please go ahead.
Now, concerning the bike guide, I am telling you the truth. On Sunday, after this affirmation issue, the last number of bikes I saw, some of them with Nigerian flags, and the speed they were flying on the road, I don't know.
By what time was this? By what time?
It was during afternoon time, post 12 p.m. afternoon. I'm telling you, they were much, and some of them were on black, on bikes. They were just overtaking cars, and the car was not very good for them.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your call. This further heightens the need for security to look into this people that we're getting reports about, and the security agencies to swing into action, so that we don't hear unfortunate incidents going on. Let's bring in another caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, General Mike.
Morning to you, sir. Welcome. Yes.
Happy New Month.
Yes, sir. I wish you same.
Let me thank that. Yes, my brother. I know him very well. He knows anything he has right to do. He knows he does it very well. What he's saying is not what he usually says. Sir, if government does not have the will to serve the people, that's what you get. For example, sir, there's a ton of people look at government. Let me start there. And this money has been released. Are we sure this money gets to the local government, or are they still doing joint account with the state? One, if this money is given to the local government, let them read out what they have done. I'm from people I can tell you that, well, it's my house, I don't wash my dirty linen outside. But are the local government doing their job? No. Secondly, sir, the commissioners. Commissioner of Works, when we talk about road, in his portfolio and volume, he might not be able to do it. Has money been released to him? So there's no in governance. I've been in governance. I know what I'm talking about. If the bill is not there, there's nothing you can do. You only shout and shout and shout. And they believe in propaganda, government of propaganda. We have done this, we have done that. Don't forget about Nigeria, Kawan, and all that. We should not government by propaganda and do it. Let them do it quietly. Let us see the job.
All right.
Don't tell us we have done this, we have done this, and the end of the
Comrade,
day, we have not done it.
thank you.
I am a labor leader.
Okay.
Government is doing very well. I've thanked them.
Okay.
But now,
Comrade,
it's what we have had today.
Comrade,
We have not done well.
thank you. Thank you again, Comrade. We appreciate you. I need to get across to you. It's been a long while. We brought you in so that we can hear some of those he commended the advocacy.
Oh, okay. He Comrade.
Commended you, Comrade Akambawa.
Yeah, Akambawa has been one man that is consistent, and I'm happy that he's still very strong. His days as secretary of TUC. we had about 16 law officers that were sacked. And I and him and other members of the union, we fought the system until those men were, returned. He was consistent. He's always been there. So I thank God for him and for his health.
All right, let's continue with another. Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
This is Frank, 22.
Frank, you have 1 minute. Please go ahead.
All right, sir. Please, I wanted to ask a issue. This is it power bike?
Well, it's not exactly power bike per se, it's just bikes.
Bikes.
Yeah, with a lot of them, plenty of them, and most times have 2 to 3 on top of the bikes.
Around past 3, about 3 days ago.
Past 3 at night, early in the morning. What were you doing all by that time?
No, I was sleeping. I just heard that sound. That is
Okay.
by this time. So it's very dangerous, so threatening.
And you want the security agencies to look into these activities?
It's too much.
All right.
They've not been disturbed because of that kind of machine. They're only this small bike that they've been disturbing. They just pass like that, even in checkpoints.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you again for corroborating the reports, which started, I think, about 2 days ago. And I did say that Bobby Friga raised the alarm on Facebook, and some other persons got across to me, and then they said I should, make noise about it, and I decided to, because of course, whatever threatens any Akwa Ibomite threatens me. This is where I live, this is where I work, and this is my home for now, so I do not want to hear anything happening here. So I had to make noise, because if it happens to any Akwa Ibomite, it has happened to me. Injury to one is injury to all. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Pastor.
Your name and where you're calling from, sir?
I'm Pastor Silvanus Basi by name.
You have a minute, please. Go ahead.
I'm from Ini, local government area.
Go ahead, sir.
If this amount of money has been released to government chairman or chairman of the council, if my village is suffering from root.
Where is your village?
In the local government, Ukuk land.
You have road issue. Who's your local government chairman?
My local government chairman is oh my God.
He doesn't even know.
Okay, don't worry. Otuekong will get that out. Otuekong will get that out, so we can ask him what he's been doing with the allocation.
He said which local government?
Ini.
Okay, let him just listen to us. Let him listen.
Listen.
Can you listen to us?
Listen.
In the local government in the December fund that was shared, December 2024, that was shared in January 2025, in the local government received 353 million.
Okay.
53 million. Then in January fund that was disbursed in February 2025, the local government chairman received, or council received, 423 million. So ask him to give account.
All right, there you have it. So you ask questions. So these are the concerns. These are the concerns that you people there can take to him and ask him. Oga, we don't hear this kind of amount. Over 600 from your calculation.
Yes, over
600 million. So I mean, he should be able to address some of these issues. Thank you. So you take the issues to him. He should be able to address it. Hello, good morning. Yes, welcome. Your name, please. Nelson. Bueno.
I've been calling to say I used to stay anonymous.
All right, Nelson, go ahead.
Yes, please. Good morning, and the guest in the studio.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
You're doing very well, sir.
Thank you, sir.
One of the problems of Nigeria is when we know a thief, we say it's our thief, we cover him up. The corporate that just called, he wanted to say something and said he don't want to wash his dirty linen outside. It's part of our problem why we are not growing. That's by the way. Please, Mbelebe Junction deserves a traffic light. I don't know if they want, God forbid, governors or commissioner or former governor to die there before they will do the needful. God forbid, like I said. Again, for Nicholas Manager Johnson to Mbedebe Johnson, the way the motorists are flying one way is alarming. It needs to be cautioned. I was walking against the traffic as normal. Someone come behind me and hit me and asked me, don't you see? Oga, you need to see. Hit me from behind and asked me, Oga, you need.
And you were on your own lane.
Lane trekking against traffic. He was coming behind me with bike.
Okay. Where did you call that place again?
Between Berebe and Nicholas Manager.
So people driving against traffic, right?
Every 99.9% of persons here drive against traffic.
All right. Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. Otwekong, I see that you want to lend your voice to that one.
Yeah, not just that one. Like you have said, the security, the right authorities should act, especially the police who are always there should take action. But I wanted to add something. It will be incomplete if we do not also mention what the state government received as a government of Akwa Ibom State. The December 2024 fund that was given to Akwa Ibom State government in January 2025, Akwa Ibom State government received 32 billion. The January 2025 allocation that was given in February, the government received 37 billion. Just to add up to the figures. So you can now be able to, so when you are asking questions as to why do we have potholes, is it that those who are handling contract are not being paid? Why is everything becoming stunted in the state after the razzmatazz that we had, the hyping, the politicking and the rest? What has happened to governance? I have just mentioned that between January and December, we have received over 700 billion. Yeah, because in December fund we got 32 billion, and January fund we got 37 billion. So if you add,
that is 60 something.
69 billion.
Thereabouts.
69 billion in Akwa Ibom State as our own federal allocation.
Okay.
Now, why do we still have issues of potholes? Issues of
that is why we're here.
Raising questions.
Raising questions.
I'm not asking. I am not asking you.
No, sure.
I'm just asking a rhetorical question.
I'm only just addressing.
So if we are entitled to this kind of funds, my thinking as a good governance advocate is that the state would have become would have become a workshop where anywhere you put leg, work is going on. You go here, work is going on. Those who are doing government contract are being paid. And funds is pumped into the state, and activities begin to be booming.
Okay.
So you don't have to wait till December when you now start campaigns. Then you now start seeing funds.
Okay. Well, Twicon, thank you very much. And of course, we will continue to ask the critical questions, especially from the ministries, departments, and agencies, the various arms of government that are supposed to be busy doing things like the Ministry of Works and the Honorable Commissioner there, the Professor. I know, sir, you have questions to answer. What's in this up? Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Yes, sir, welcome.
Morning, the group captain.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
I'm calling from.
Yes, sir.
Oswego, I am terrified by the number of bad roads you have mentioned. And you also said governance has been stunted. That means that our politicians are concerned with themselves. They are concerned with defection. What happened? In 2 months, a state has received over 60 billion, which is not granite money. What are they doing with it? That is the question Akwa Ibom should be asking. Not when the government commission one toilet or one borehole will begin to clap. It is not a mean money. A geopolitical zone, like 5 or 6 states, does not receive that in a month. But that is what the state is doing, and we are defecting from here and there. I would advise the government to sit up and do the needful. Provide welfare and security to the people and forget about your personal interest and your personal political future. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Akban. Let's bring in some messages now. This one here reads, good morning, Passion FM. Akwa Ibom State has 10 federal constituencies. I heard your analyst reported that the governor has visited 10 federal constituencies. Ikonoini is yet to be visited by the governor. Please correct that. This is from Edit from Ikono.
Then why has the exercise stopped? It's part of what we are saying here, that government is stunted. If he is to go round the 10 and he has not gone to Ikonoini, then something is wrong. But the point is not that whether he has gone to Ikonoini. The point is the ones you have even gone to. What is there for us to see? When he was to go to Mkarenin, for instance, I got several calls. Not Mkarenin, I mean, they get because the flag constituency. I received several calls from my people of Mkarenin that the coconut refinery should be converted, or it should be annexed to the university. They ask you that maybe is just close by.
Maybe some kind of researching
or something
for research.
Because the place has been, has been left fallowed, abandoned. Now you don't take community land and site government project, then after we should abandon it. Same thing happens to the science park. I have raised that issue before, that government seized over 44 hectares of land from the people of E2 and to site the science park, and that area has become almost like a criminal hideout. So there is need for government to be a continuous process.
All right. Thank you very much, Utwekon. Let's continue with the messages. This one says, good morning, sir. Please mention IBB in front of Ibom Hall.
He has mentioned it, also, so that is added.
Concern, as well. This one here says, good morning, Group Captain Ike and Utwekon. John Adam is my name. Permit me to ask Utwekon, why are some local government areas collecting more money than others? Utwekon has not mentioned INI. Well, somebody has mentioned INI on your behalf.
I have told you what INI got.
Yeah, and then you went on to say built a house to a widow. The governor even awarded the chairman of INI. Thank you, Twicom, for letting us know the figures collected by the local government areas. Right on, more power to your elbow, John Adam.
Thank you, John Adam.
Thank you for that one. And then we move on to the next message here. And this one here says, good morning, Passion FM and the guests in the house. This is the omitted portion. He sent in pictures, though. Well, the people cannot see pictures. So people can't see pictures.
Let him mention the streets,
you sent
the
pictures,
roads.
You omitted portion of Johnson Street from Akar Road to Akbanandem. That is erroneously, you used the term, erroneously omitted during the rehabilitation of Akbanandem Market. Johnson Street is now a swamp in the city. Now, he went ahead to put pictures there. So he didn't just say it, there are pictures to follow through. More pictures coming in. People sending pictures. Wow. Nice.
So that justifies or that explains or that gave backing to my earlier comment that the governance has become stunted.
Well,
if people are now sending pictures showing that nothing has happened, then that has now went a long way to affirm my assertions.
This one here says, please let me use his good office to help us tell the government that the road from Ikorakbanabia, Ikoko, Ikorakban, Edu, Obuyo is very bad, and our people are suffering from access to Ikorakban Ring Road. And he went ahead and put pictures, the deplorable state of the road. I can see them here. People are attaching pictures to stuffs that they're, calling attention to. This one says, good morning, Pastor FM. I want to thank His Excellency Pastor Mweno for his inclusive governance. Please appeal to His Excellency about the campaign promise in 23 that he will construct the road leading to the Paramount Rulers Village in the Oran local government area. Please, Your Excellency, consider your fatherly promise. That's from Emmanuel. Thank you very much. We go to the next one here. And this one is from Justice from my back. And it says, good morning, Captain. I think Otwikong is wrong a little by saying that there has been no commissioning in Akwa Ibom State since June 12th. I think June 21, there was a commissioning of progressive movement retrogressively. Sarcasm, justice, come on. When I like Wahala. Hello, good morning. Morning, welcome, your name and where you're calling from.
This is okay. I'm calling from again.
Yes, please, 1 minute. Go ahead.
I want to appreciate the CLO.
Thank
that's
you.
the Franklin itself.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Because number one, I like you right from them. Even all those road that you mentioned, we have one street, one road at the old back road. After Wade Coffee, there is one gallows there. Beside that, the United Evangelical Church. So it should come to our aid.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Final message here before we get your part in short term. Quick one. This one is from Ikemini Andrew, and it says, "Good morning, Captain and the guest. I must commend the guest for the work he's been doing on the situation of our roads. Please, sir, I just want to ask you to take a walk to Ubotakara from Uwa to Orokosong. Urukosong in Ubotakara is no longer accessible. Of course, please help me to re-echo this. Urukosong in Ubotakara. So, these are the complaints, these are the issues. We do not have.
That's what we kept. That is what we kept receiving.
Yeah,
this is what we have. A lot of it.
We don't have the long time. So your
my parting shot is that I am leaving here to the Akwa Ibom House of Assembly to participate in public hearing for a bill to establish a law to establish the Akwa Ibom State School of Culinary Studies and Hospitality Management and a board and other matters connected therewith. Now, the point is not about public hearing. The point is about giving assent to this bill when they are passed. We've had a bill to upgrade the College of Education to the status of a university. Up to now, that bill has not been given assent to. And the Assembly has not had the courage to invoke Section 100 sub 5 to override the governor's veto. That has been said. I hope that the governor is listening to us and those around him will also act. Now, I hope that the governor will hear this. Thank you so much.
I like the Kopo ending there. Thank you very much. Isong Kopo. Thank you, Utwiko. And of course, I hope that the COP as well, the Honorable Commissioner for Internal Security and Waterways, intel is available on things going on in the state. Would like to get you to, respond to this, as well as the Ibom Community Watch. I know they see that. I've been asking questions. Where are they? Have they gone into hibernation? Are they receiving salaries without doing the job? These are questions for you to answer. Honorable Commissioner for Work, sir. Portals on they come again. How far? Money no they come your hand to do work again. These are questions. And somebody dropped this one as a pattern shown here from Imo Udoka, who says Tabernacle Road. You didn't mention Tabernacle
Road. Yeah.
Nelson Mandela Road in Uyo, and then Atayo Toro Road in back.
The government should release funds. To those doing the job, to do job.
Funds part. I don't know.
I don't understand.
So
I'm not speaking. I'm just saying this. We have whoever. The question is that the buck stopped on the table of the governor. He is to be held accountable for all this. In a central society, by now the governor will be in court.
Let's leave that.
For failure to carry out the social contract.
Your time has finished, so that's what they do now. You still
so funds should be released for people to do jobs.
Stop behaving like Natasha. They put off her mic. She came and grabbed the mic. So please,
okay, off your
stop
mic.
grabbing the mic and put off your mic.